One planet on this list runs so hot, atoms cannot bond into molecules. On another, radiation would kill you before your boots ever touch the ground. Astronomers have confirmed more than 5,000 planets beyond our solar system. Not one has ever been photographed up close. We know they are real from something more reliable than a picture: physics. These are 8 of the most hostile planets ever confirmed, ranked by how fast each one would kill you. Every discovery is real, and every number is sourced. And the planet at number 1 was not just found to be lethal. It was one of the very first planets ever discovered outside our solar system. Before it kills you, it already made history. One honest rule before we start: nobody has ever photographed the surface of a planet outside our solar system. Every alien surface you see in this video is a labeled scientific illustration built from real data. The telescopes, the discoveries, and the numbers are all real. Number 8. 31 light years away is a world called Gliese 436b, a planet about the size of Neptune, orbiting so close to its star that one full year there lasts just 2.5 days. Its surface runs near 800 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to soften lead. And yet astronomers say much of this planet may still be locked as solid water ice, crushed into that shape, not by cold, but by its own bone-crushing gravity. It was confirmed using the Earth project, a real network of small ground telescopes built specifically to watch dim red dwarf stars for the flicker of a passing planet. Nobody has photographed its surface. Everything you saw of the ice itself was a scientific illustration. The temperature, the mass, and the telescope are the real part. Number 7. TRES 2b reflects less than 1% of the starlight that hits it. That makes it darker than coal and darker than black acrylic paint. It was caught by NASA's Kepler space telescope, measuring a brightness dip of just 6 parts per million. At the time, the smallest signal ever detected from a planet outside our solar system. Astronomers think its day side glows a dull ember red from its own heat, absorbing almost all incoming light with no reflective clouds to lighten it at all. Number 6. 55 Cancri E circles its star once every 17.7 hours, closer than Mercury circles our own sun. Its permanent dayside runs near 2700 Kelvin, hot enough to keep an entire hemisphere as standing lava. Astronomers once proposed its interior was 1/3 diamond. A closer look at its host star's own chemistry made that claim far less certain. It is a genuinely contested idea, not a settled fact. It was studied using NASA's Spitzer space telescope, watching its temperature swing by hundreds of degrees between its permanent day side and its permanent night side. Number 5. HD 189733b is a cobalt blue gas giant 64 light years away, and Hubble measured that blue directly from the planet's own light. That blue is not an ocean. It is a sky full of silicate cloud, the same mineral family as glass, torn sideways by winds near 5,400 miles an hour. Its own star is a flare-prone dwarf, caught by astronomers mid-blast. A real stellar flare, actively stripping the planet's upper atmosphere away into space. The color is real, measured by a real telescope. What is illustrated is only the close-up view of the clouds themselves. No camera has ever gotten that close. Number 4. WASP 76b runs above 2400 degrees Celsius on its day side, hot enough to vaporize iron into gas. Supersonic winds drag that iron vapor toward the night side, where astronomers using the Very Large Telescope in Chile watched it vanish from the gas phase in 2020. Exactly what you would expect if it were condensing back into solid metal. Their own conclusion, published in the journal Nature: on this planet, it rains iron. The detection is real data from a real telescope. The image of iron actually falling as rain is, again, an illustration. Nobody has flown a probe through those clouds. Number 3. WASP 12b is a gas giant so close to its star that gravity has stretched it into an egg shape, and the star is stripping its atmosphere away, atom by atom, into a glowing stream of stolen gas. Its orbit is measurably shrinking. Current estimates give it roughly 3 million years before it spirals into its star completely, an unusually short amount of time by astronomical standards. It was found using SuperWASP, a real network of robotic telescopes in the Canary Islands in South Africa, built to scan the whole sky for the tiny dimming a transiting planet causes. The egg shape, the gas stream, and the slow death spiral are all measured from real light, not photographed directly. Everything you see of the planet itself is an illustration of that data. Number 2. Kelt 9b's dayside runs about 4600 Kelvin, hotter than most stars in the galaxy. At that heat, molecules cannot even survive. Hydrogen gas rips apart into loose atoms, and metals like iron and titanium float free as bare vapor, instead of ever bonding into a molecule at all. It completes one orbit of its star in under 36 hours, close enough that its swollen atmosphere is slowly being stripped away into space. It was found by Kelt, a real pair of small automated telescopes in Arizona and South Africa, cheap enough that a university team could scan the whole sky with them. Before number 1, one planet you might expect on this list isn't here. Tabby's star, famous for its mysterious dimming, was once linked to speculation about alien megastructures. Real follow-up data points to orbiting dust and comet fragments instead, and NASA has never suggested otherwise. This list only counts what's confirmed. Number 1. In 1992, astronomers confirmed the very first planets ever found outside our solar system. They do not orbit a star like our Sun. They orbit a pulsar, the crushed, spinning corpse of a star that already exploded once. Astronomers nicknamed the pulsar Lich and its planets Draga, Poltergeist, and Phobeta. The pulsar fires X-rays and a wind of high-speed particles across all 3 worlds. Land on one, and the radiation would very likely kill a human being before their boots ever touched the ground. The discovery came from the real 305-meter Arecibo radio telescope in Puerto Rico, measuring anomalies in pulsar timing just milliseconds wide over 3 years of observation. Astronomers still don't fully know how these planets formed. The leading idea is that they are second-generation worlds built from wreckage after the star that made this pulsar died. It remains an open question. Every planet on this list is real, confirmed and published. The telescopes, the scientists, and the numbers are all sourced in the description. Where you saw a planet's surface up close, that was always a labeled illustration, because that photograph does not exist yet. And if these planets convinced you that space itself is hostile enough, wait until you see the place on Earth that's scarier than space. That story is on your screen right now. Subscribe to MindWired so you don't miss what's hiding in the next system over. If any of this messed with your head a little, well, that's exactly the point. And it only happens because people like you keep showing up. And
hit subscribe right now for it. It costs you nothing, and it's the entire reason MindWired keeps making videos like this. Subscribe.